Hey you guys, and welcome to my first look and reactions to the Beastars Season 2 trailer. Now I don't know if anyone wanted this video, but I did see a couple of comments being like, hey Gina, have you checked out the new trailer? And do you guys know how much I absolutely love Season 1 of Beastars? So I am like genuinely so excited and hyped for Season 2 because you guys have kind of teased that. I do believe we are going to go into like M's and murder mystery, like who exactly the killer was. So I think that itself is going to be a very fun arc to explore. And honestly, it's Beastars. I miss all our characters like Legoshi, Haru, Louis, Jackie Boy, and you know, just there's so many great characters. And I could honestly go on and on about how much I love the series, but you guys can just see that genuine love for it in my season 1 reactions. So let's just jump into things and see what this trailer has in store for us. Ooh, it's back where it all started. For falling in love with you, Louis Senpai. Oh! Welcome to the dark side, Louis. Is he? Oh, who are you? Search for me? Oh, the music just gave me chills. Get in line, mate. A new Beastar. Jackie Boy. A little JoJo hat. The hint is within you. Panda Papa! Wait, who are you now? Become a hero? Hashira? Oh, that just felt like win Legoshi win. That's, oh my god, that was such an adrenaline filled of a ride. I couldn't take my eyes off that trailer. I was probably a little bit more quiet because there was so much going on. But okay, let me firstly just say overall, I really like this trailer because not only does it just get me genuinely hyped for like season 2, which I already was, but it honestly didn't spoil anything. And I think what they did well of was the fact that they kind of started the trailer off in a way of like a continuation of the journey that we've come from. Like the first starting scene was of the, you know, kind of tower where all the battle began, like where everything kind of went down, and it's kind of like where season 1 finished off on. So I think it was smart of them to kind of continue the journey from that scene, and they also chucked in like a couple of scenes from season 1. So in a way, it still told like a story without spoiling any too many scenes. I felt like for what's to come in season 2. So that I firstly want to say, I love when a trailer doesn't spoil it. Like, you know, when you watch a trailer and you're just like, yeah, I've watched the full movie. Yeah, that's definitely not what this trailer did. It was just amazing. And then let me just jump straight into the music. I mean, goddamn, I honestly loved all the music, and especially like the opening in our first season. Like that was such an unforgettable opening. And this song here where it's like da-na-na, da-na-na, I know, it just felt like a little bit of panic, like kind of cheering on Legoshi. Like you could hear like, you know, the fast pacedness within the song, but at the same time there's a little bit of hope, but there was still a little bit of like tragicness and sorrow within the voice. And I mean, Beastars, the music, I listened to like the whole Beastars like music album, and it's chillingly good. And the moment that beat just kicked in, that was amazing. So I think definitely, seeing as this is, you know, done by Netflix, I think that's gonna keep that same level of quality, you know, music into season 2. Like I think they'll honestly do it better. So that's another element I'm looking forward to. Like not only Beastars in itself, like that's already hype enough, but the music I think they'll kind of bring so like the soundtrack, I can't wait to hear season 2's kind of sound soundtrack that they're gonna deliver to us. Okay, now let us actually break down what exactly we explored in the trailer, which there's so much to get into, but I'm gonna start with, I feel like, our major characters. So I'll start with Legoshi first, in the sense that based on the trailer, I think the overall vibes of this trailer definitely show me that the season is definitely going to be a lot more darker, like in the sense that I think it's going to really dive into the political side of things, considering that we did see, I do believe they were called the Shishigumi. It has been a while, so I apologize if I get any names wrong. I'm gonna say that in advance, like it's been a year since we watched season 1. But yeah, it looks like the Lion Yakuzas, we're definitely going to see them again. Like they're definitely going to be a theme we explore a lot more in depth, like that whole Yakuza kind of gang going on. And we had like the whole black market and then, you know, the whole kind of divide between the herbivores and the carnivores that started with Thames murder within like the school kind of environment. So this season, I think it's more going to be a murder mystery. I think season 1 was kind of bringing those themes up while still kind of showing the love side of things, like while still being a little bit derpy. I think that kind of goes with Legoshi's character. I think the first season was kind of exploring Legoshi's derpiness along with the kind of themes of the storyline, but then whilst Legoshi is exploring those themes, you know, the lot more darker side to society, is why season 2, concerning that Legoshi himself as a character has grown, season 2 is going to explore those darker themes along with Legoshi. I think definitely with the seasons, it's going to be like the themes are going to be like how Legoshi is exploring them. Like season 1, he was still kind of naive and innocent, but season 2, Louis Senpai gave him that push. We had that whole interaction go down with Bill. Legoshi's definitely growing as a character, whether that's going to be like in a more monstrous side or if he is going to become the hero that he can become. I think that's going to be the journey we explore like throughout the seasons. It's definitely going to be like a growth and a journey that we explore with Legoshi. That snake, I mean, we'll get back to that snake as well, but that snake, they said to Legoshi, like, the answer is within yourself. So definitely the theme of like, you know, Legoshi really exploring what he kind of thinks and questions, like, you know, about society. That's like really briefly kind of touching on like all the themes and topics. But yeah, that's why I think season 2 is going to be a lot more darker. Considering that we are going into the murder mystery case, yeah, season 2 is definitely going to be a lot more darker. I don't think it's going to play around with us. So I guess we have to be mentally prepared for that. Now, the next biggest character that I want to touch on is Louis Senpai. I mean, based on season 1, I thought he was dead because I was like, oh, no way, like he's coming back, I think in like episode 10, and then you guys in the comments were like, no, think again, Gina. So I was like, oh wait, and then into episode 11 and 12, I was like, oh shit, like Louis Senpai's gone. And I was like, no way they take out like a major character within season 1. But I'm so glad, like, thank you guys for not spoiling it and leaving me more on an open-ended questions. Amazing fan base there. But I want to touch back on Louis Senpai's scene. There was, you know, a lot of things said, but Louis Senpai, I think, has definitely decided to fight. Like, I think in season 1, we left off with Louis Senpai holding the gun, you know, towards himself, and it looked as though he was going to pull the trigger. But I in no way think that Louis Senpai took his own life. Like, no way Louis Senpai, after all he's gone through, I don't think he would take that pathway. And the biggest thing he said in this trailer is that he found a different way to fight. I think before, if he thought that the Beastars route was the way to fight the societal kind of barriers, I think Louis Senpai has found a different way. And the biggest thing that gave me a hint here is the fact that this scene, it's dark. You could say it's a scene from season 1, and I think that's why, once again, touching on the fact that they did a good job of balancing scenes from season 1 and season 2 without spoiling anything, because it does leave you a question. With this scene here, is this a scene from season 2? And if so, why is Louis Senpai wearing a suit? What has he gotten up to is my biggest question. Because I don't think it's a scene from season 1 just because of the color choices within the scene itself. It is very dark. His suit is like a very dark, maybe brown, or I'd say nearly like a full black suit. And I think Louis Senpai and his character himself probably previously didn't wear those dark colors because, you know, he was like that perfect image of a Beastar. But considering that this scene itself, it is very darkly lit. We see Louis Senpai and he's wearing very dark clothing. I think it just shows that he has come to the dark side, and he's definitely going to challenge society in his own manner. And sometimes it's not always about, you know, the right way about changing society. Louis Senpai, I think, is going to take a very drastic pathway, and even one that may be morally questioning route of changing what I think he wants to change within society. So like this scene here, I think does confirm that Louis Senpai is definitely up to something juicy, and I can't wait to explore that. Louis Senpai is a fantastic character. I mean, all our characters characters are fantastic, but the fact that I thought a character that wasn't with us anymore is seen in the scene and gives me a vibe that we haven't seen previously before him. I think he's finally broken out of like, you know, that Beastars kind of like fluffy, perfect image and has chosen a different route. Another character I'm really looking forward to kind of learning more about is our good doggo boy, Jackie. I mean, there were so many sweet moments in season 1 with him, but I think Jackie boy is definitely going to be kind of like us in the sense that, because there was this one line where Jack, I think, said, oh, the stronger you get, the more miserable you seem. Yeah, it's this scene here where Jack says, you become more miserable the stronger you get. So I think Jack, you know, considering that he is kind of Legoshi's like best friend and has kind of always been here, I think Jackie boy kind of looks at Legoshi as, you know, his younger brother, like someone he kind of has always taken care of, because, you know, Legoshi previously as a character was very innocent and naive, so like Jackie boy was kind of there to help Legoshi, you know, when he had that magazine. We'll just leave it at that. So I can't wait to explore Jack's character a bit more. And it does look like with the scene, Jack is going to be like us in the sense that like he's going to watch like the journey that Legoshi is going to go through, and considering he is a character that really cares about Legoshi, I think it's also going to be a tough time for like Jack watching like his best friend like become stronger but at the same time more miserable. And I think this is why it gives off that really kind of like tough vibe of the season. Like it's definitely going to be a lot more emotional, because I think like just like Jackie boy here, we might see sides to Legoshi that we might not be ready for. Now this character here, that the first introduction we get of them based on the trailer is, would you like to eat me? And I guess my response to that is, get a line boy, because there are so many herbivores that keep asking Legoshi that, for fuck's sake. And I just can't wait to see like how this whole interaction even begins, because that's just going to be very interesting. I can't wait to meet this character. They look very fun and interesting. They look very beautiful, I will say, with those very bright blue eyes. So I think you're going to be a very fun character that is going to be next to Legoshi to throw those questions out of, would you like to eat me? Oh, something interesting I've just caught on to whilst re-going through this trailer is it says a new Shishigumi, and then we see, you know, characters we've seen previously from like the Lion Shishigumi of like the Lion Yakuzas, and then it flashes to a scene of Louis Senpai, and this was the scene, you know, I broke down and talked a lot about, and the fact that it says a new Shishigumi, and then we see Louis Senpai in a suit looking hella fine and determined. Do I dare say that Louis Senpai actually comes back to take over the Shishigumi? Do I dare say that? Oh, that is going to be very spicy, considering, you know, Louis Senpai has a history with the whole kind of, you know, market and the Shishigumi. That is his like past. So the fact that he is able to face that past, reform it and retake over it as like maybe a leader, a member, I don't know about that, but that might be that juicy like kind of twist I was talking about, because, you know, a theme that we do explore is that you can't always change things in the morally right way, like in the justice way that you want to. And considering that Louis Senpai has found a new method to deal with things, it might be the fact that you sometimes have to become the bad guy to become the good guy. Oh, that is going to be very interesting. Now, last character that I kind of want to touch on is the snake here. Who exactly are you? We see like, you know, a little bit of a very stylish JoJo hat going on, but I feel like that might be part of the school uniform, because I do feel like this is part of the school building, or even maybe their room, because you see like big t-shirts, really big like blankets going on. Oh, you also see small kind of t-shirts going on. It looks like we're in like a laundry room, so I feel like they are maybe a possible kind of student that we'll meet. But if it is a student, they are saying some wise ass things, because I really like this line here of, think about how to use that pure heart and demon like body, because that is kind of, you know, the whole battle that Legoshi is going through. The fact that he has such a pure and innocent heart, and he really wants to make a difference with that, yet he has a demon like body. I do like that combination of, you know, that is kind of what Legoshi's character is. He is part of the very rare but strong and beautiful grey wolf, hence his demonically strong like body, but he has such a pure heart going on. And that's why we go back and forth of like, the stronger you get, the more miserable you seem. Will you succumb to your demonic side of things, or will your pure heart prevail? This, you know, it's a back and forth battle even within Legoshi and himself. And so the fact that this character here, the snake themselves, has said something so accurate, I can't wait to see exactly who their character is. Loving the design going on as well, the fact that they're so like humongous. It's got like a very, you know, strong and threatening presence. So I'm very curious to see what this character is also going to be all about, who exactly they also are. And to end things before this becomes like a 1 hour breakdown and talk about Beast Beastars because I honestly could go on and on. Who are you? Why is Legoshi fighting a kangaroo? Like, what is the scene? I can't wait to explore this. Just why in the world is Legoshi fighting a kangaroo? That's just going to be brilliant, and that is what Beastars is all about.